Journeymer here, and welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to be talking about Ninja Gaiden 4. It was announced at the Xbox Developer Direct, and a big surprise to a lot of people. It was one of the most exciting, most just out-of-nowhere announcements, and we're going to talk about that at the beginning of this video. But yeah, we're going to be covering Ninja Gaiden, going over my thoughts, expectations, going over a couple details. Honestly, a lot of details and information haven't really gotten out there yet for the game, so it's kind of hard to do that, but this is mainly just going to be going over how excited I was, my thoughts on it, my anticipation, what I think they're going to do, what might happen, how well I think the game is going to be. We're going to be doing all that stuff, just giving you my full-on discussion and thoughts about the game, and just talking about it. This is something I did during the podcast, so if it sounds like it's really like on the spot, or if it sounds like there's like a weird cut right after I do this intro, it's because I'm just taking the things I said in the podcast and putting in this video. During the podcast, I said that I'm going to turn this into a video, just an easier way to do it. It will not be like that for every video. I just did it specifically for all these Xbox developer games because it was just one big topic I did. But anyway, if you guys love video games, consider subscribing, share with your friends. Really appreciate it. Doesn't matter what you love. Xbox, Nintendo, PlayStation, third-party, PC, indie, VR, whatever it may be. We cover video games daily on this channel, and I love it if you guys support me. But without further ado, let's get talking about Ninja Gaiden 4. Man, one of my most anticipated games now. This is now my fourth most anticipated game. Not even of just this year, like out of every game right now. Like it is just one of my most anticipated games, easily. And yeah, we're gonna talk about it right now. So when we gotta start talking about Ninja Gaiden 4, we gotta talk about like how surprised we were, how like exciting the reveal was, and it starts with how it even came to be, right? This is a franchise I have a lot of history with. This is one on the PS3 me and my dad would always try to beat, because before there were Souls games, there were Ninja Gaiden games. Like, those were the difficulty games, and Ninja Gaiden 3 specifically, oh man, it made you go crazy. But I've always just been a fan of the aesthetic, at the gameplay, and just the type of game it was. I was always just a really big fan of it. And I never thought Ninja Gaiden would even come back. And so what happened was that during this Xbox Developer Direct, they announced their lineups like they typically do. We have Doom, South of Midnight, and then they were throwing in some third-party support with Expedition 33. But then they also said there was going to be one more surprise game. And then they also said there's going to be a brand new reveal, that it was going to be from a surprise studio, so it could either be a first party or a third party studio. But then rumors and reports started circulating that it was going to be a Japanese game from a Japanese franchise with historic decades of history or something like that. And that kind of just kept like making this tree effect go everywhere, making everybody's guesses or expectations go crazy. We were getting Resident Evils, we were getting Devil May Cry's, we were getting Dragon Quests, we were getting like Chrono Triggers, we were getting some crazy things. Among those speculations was Ninja Gaiden. That was something that some people were speculating, but for the most part, really nobody knew. Like this was generally this could be anything. Like, this could generally be anything. But what was really exciting is when they opened up the show. They opened up the whole show with the fact that they went to that surprise game. They didn't go to one of the other three games. They went straight to that surprise game. And it showed the Team Ninja logo. As soon as it showed that, almost everybody knew for a fact this was Ninja Gaiden. And what's even crazier is they also announced that this is Xbox publishing as well. So this is, I'm personally not a fan of Aaron Greenberg saying that this is a first-party game, because it is absolutely not. That is not what first-party means. This is a second-party game. This is Xbox publishing, partnering with studios that they do not own. That is second-party, not first-party. But this is going to be an Xbox game. At the end of the day, this is an Xbox game. In the same way that Stellar Blade and Rise of the Ronin are PlayStation games, even though they're not, like, first party, they are PlayStation games. This is going to be an Xbox game because it is, I mean, they own the rights to this game at the end of the day. It may not be exclusive, it may not be first party, but they own the rights to this game and they are publishing this game. Therefore, it is an Xbox game. But what's even crazier is what they showed and how they showed it, because obviously you already have the excitement factor, like, holy crap, Ninja Gaiden is back, right? Like, oh my gosh, who would have thought? And second of all, thank God, because the series is awesome. But where it really got everybody is when it also said Platinum Games. That is when everybody genuinely, like, it became a reality that we were witnessing an incredible moment, because number one, you're seeing a historic franchise that has been begged to come back for literally generations. Since the PS3, since the 360, people have been begging for Ninja Gaiden to come back. You're seeing Team Ninja bring back one of their flagship franchises. You're seeing Xbox partner with a Japanese studio. Number 4, you're seeing the first game in the Xbox Developer Direct. And number 5, you're seeing an amazing crossover collaboration between Platinum Games and Team Ninja. And then sixth of all, the game looks awesome. The game looks straight up awesome. This is very futuristic. It's very, like, techy. Like, there's a lot of cyberpunky-esque things to it. But it just looks awesome. We are getting Ryu Hayabusa back as one of the main characters, but there is also another main character. It's they're going with the dual protagonist thing, kind of like Bayonetta 3 in a way. I can't remember what the guy's Yakumo. I think that is Yakumo is the other protagonist's name. But basically, from what is showed in the trailer, you're basically gonna be playing as Yakumo and Ryu Hayabusa in their own kind of perspectives through their own timeline sorts of chapters, and eventually they're going to cross paths. And at first they're gonna be enemies, but I'm sure they're gonna join up to beat some big baddie. I would honestly love it if that was just the whole game, like them just being enemies. I like, that'd be so cool if they didn't do the whole typical, like, oh, we're against each other at first, but now we have to join forces to defeat this ultimate threat. No, I would just love it if it's Ryu Hayabusa and Yakumo in their two separate stories, two separate playthroughs, and they eventually meet each other, cross paths, and they're just like sworn rivals for the rest of it. Because one thing that they did confirm through interviews and through details about the game is that this will not be a replacement moment, which I know that I saw some people saying, as well as me. I also said it, like, I think in the reaction. I don't want this to be a Bayonetta 3 moment where they introduce a new protagonist, you do dual protagonists throughout the whole game, and eventually that new protagonist will just completely take over the role of main protagonist. I really hope they don't do that, because Ninja Gaiden is Ryu Hayabusa. Like, in the same way Bayonetta is Bayonetta. You can't just take Bayonetta out of it. Like, it's just crazy. But so for me, that is one thing that I was really looking for, is confirmation that this is not going to be a replacement game, which I'm very happy for that. But also, this game has been in development for 6-7 years. That's actually kind of crazy to think about, meaning that this game started development before the Series X even came out or was announced. That's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy to think about it. And honestly, you can kind of see it. They showed a lot at the Developer Direct. I mean, the fact that it was even at the Developer Direct says a lot. They showed a lot of gameplay. It looks high octane. It looks super action packed. It looks fast paced. The thing I love about the gameplay and what we saw is that, you know, as a Team Ninja fan, I love a lot of Team Ninja games. Wo Long, Neo, Rise of the Ronin, stuff like that. You know, I love a lot of those games. And so the fact that Ninja Gaiden is coming back, I'm obviously very excited. This game looks like Team Ninja, but then at the same time, it looks like Platinum Games. Like, they really did find that perfect middle ground between both of their specialities, between both of their strong suits, and they've just combined it into a franchise that is just super awesome. Ninja Gaiden is so awesome, and I'm so excited that it's back, and I'm super duper excited. They did say that it's gonna be coming out in fall of 2024, of 2025. We're no longer in 2024. We're in 2025. Let's get real. And yeah, I'm just really excited to see how this one turns out. Now, we definitely have to see more on the story. We have to see more of, like, content-wise, like, how long is it going to be? You know, is it going to be just a streamlined thing? I personally hope it is just like the old games where it's just chapter after chapter. I don't want it to be, like, open zone or anything like that. Like, don't do anything stupid with it. But then also, like, what does progression look like? Do you get 2 separate movesets and abilities, slate of abilities with each character? I'm pretty sure I've read somewhere that is the case right now, that both of them will play differently, have their own set of weapons and abilities, which I'm super down for. Makes me super happy to hear that. I do think the new character looks cool. Yakumo, I think, looks really cool. He's more of like a, I don't know, like a cyber ninja in a way. But then you have Ryu Hayabusa, which is that, you know, old-timey ninja, but with some futuristic aspects about him. But then they also did say that this game will take place in history and in the future. So, like, in a sense of, like, when you're playing Ryu Hayabusa, you'll be in those Japanese temples. You'll be in those, like, kind of scenery, nature-y areas, places. But then as Yakumo, you'll be in the city. You'll be, like, where all the futuristic technology is. I find that really interesting because then you're going to be getting a variety between both settings, but I'm hoping they're going to be able to find a balance there, and that'll be really exciting. I hope they just nail it. And honestly, that's like my major consensus for Ninja Gaiden 4 as a whole. I just hope they nail it. I don't want this to be Babylon's Fall type of platinum games. I don't want this to be like Wolong just trying to cash grab, or no, not Wolong, Team Ninja just trying to cash grab. I don't want this being like Xbox just sees a Japanese game and be like, yep, we need it. I want this to truly be a passion project. I want this to truly be like the return of like one of the best action franchise ever. And what's awesome is Ninja Gaiden 2 Black Shadow dropped the same time that they announced all of this, and it just kind of reinvigorated everybody's love for it. Like, it just made everybody remember how much they actually loved the games, including myself. And so I'm just super excited to see how they execute on it, and I just hope they do. I hope they succeed, because I don't want it to go back into hiding for generations. So we'll see what happens with Ninja Gaiden 4, but yeah, fall 2025. I'm looking forward to it. Let me know what y'all think of Ninja Gaiden 4 in the comments section. Let me know, are you hyped for it? What's your how good do you think it's gonna be? Are you excited for the new character? Are you nervous? You know, let me know, whatever it may be, in the comments. I would love to talk about it. But thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Johnny Moore out. Peace.